1 second.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your Majesty.
And now here's your host, John Taylor.
Well, there we are once again, gentlemen and ladies out there, everybody. Hey, it's John, and this is the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast Saturday edition, where we are going to pick some NFL games with my friend Jesse Martin, who is in a Best Western hotel right now, and our friend Scotty, who is not in a Best Western hotel right now because he went to the wrong hotel, and Jesse's now going to snit. However, you were just telling us that you do manage to take decent shits in a hotel. That's unusual.
Yeah, no, man. I just feel I like staying in hotels. Staying in hotels is like an adventure for me, and I tend to be relaxed when I go on vacations and go on little adventures, and you know, it just everything just flowed, man. It just flows. And when you're becoming the older you get, the harder it is to shit, and just saying, when everything just flows right, you know.
That's very nice. That's a lot more than we ever needed to know, even though I brought it up right there. I will tell you that as you get older, it doesn't get more difficult. What it does is it gets more scheduled. I'm like fucking clockwork is what I am. But hey, at a Best Western, if you really want to have an adventure, get yourself a black light. Okay, what you're sleeping. All right, then there's our friend from Furnace and Barrow, our friend Scotty. How you doing today, my friend?
Yeah, great one. Absolute pleasure it is to be on with you boys again. Just had a busy day doing gardening. Got rid of 4 trees and about 7 foot off a hedge. So yeah, I'm quite pleased. Keeps my wife happy, makes my life a lot easier. So that's good for me.
He was doing a little gardening there, Jesse. He sounds to me like he was fucking lumberjacking, doing some serious goddamn landscape. Just doing a bit of gardening here.
It was hard. It was hard work, like I tell you. When you've got a 6'2", 15-year-old, it's okay. You can help out, so it's quite good.
Now, you know, one of the things I think I might have mentioned before, but maybe not. But you're in Europe, obviously. You're in UK, and here in America, we have history, but it only goes back a couple hundred years. You know, so when you're in Europe, if you've never been to Europe, when you are here, if you're like me and you have a sense of history, you realize how much deeper it goes, how old it is. So this hedge that you cut potentially could be hundreds of years old. How old is your hedge? Do you know?
House was built, I think, around 1972.
Well, that's actually relatively modern.
Yeah, so young. Right. So I'm assuming it would be probably around about the 70s. The hedge would have been put in before the house would have been built, but it goes down the whole side of my property and onto the path or the pavement or the sidewalk, as you guys would call it. So I've got to make sure it's in order, working order. Otherwise, the council will be on to me and we can get fined. So
the council, yes, the homeowners council. You know, I tell you what, a hedge from the 70s reminds me of a lot of old Penthouse magazines.
It's like that tune you were playing at the end of the last podcast. Yeah.
Oh, way to fucking blow it there, Scott. I'm talking about the grandeur of history. You know, yeah, this one's only about 50 years old. So, but
yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's Hadrian's Wall. Yeah.
No. Oh, that's right. There you go. All right, so I must admit I have not been keeping track at all of how we've been doing in terms of our picks. So I'm just going to assume once again I was undefeated last week, and you guys just sucked it up. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I think I did pretty damn well last week.
What the fuck's phone is that?
I mean, Jesus, John, we're running a professional podcast here. And you don't know how to turn your fucking phone off. I mean, come on now.
Hang on, I do have to take this. Hang on a second.
All right. So now that John has more important things to do than a live show, Scott, we got week 8 coming in, and there's we spoke about this. You spoke about this off camera a little bit. These lines this week are quite odd, and some of these games are I'm just scratching my head. I mean, you're getting Jacksonville is favored by 2.5. The Broncos aren't playing that well, but I mean that's a away game in London. You would think that would be a pick'em game. You have the Colts that are a 3-point favorite against Washington, where the Colts are playing a third-string quarterback, and they haven't looked good at all on offense this year. What's going on? What's going on?
I have no idea. I've picked two out here. I mean, one of them is just like I said before, the San Francisco LA game is just a pick 'em. They've just put PK.
Yeah.
So you pick what you want. You've got a couple of 10.5 point underdogs there in Pittsburgh and in Chicago, which is just odd, to say the least. But
you got New York and Seattle. New York's what? 5-1. Seattle's 4-3, and Seattle's a 3-point favorite. Yeah. What's going on here? Crazy. What's going on here? Crazy. Yeah, man, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's going on with this, man. I really couldn't. I think the Arizona Cardinals is playing better. They're going up against the Minnesota Vikings, and Minnesota's a 3.5 point favorite.
Yep.
I think that should be a 2 at the most. I know the Vikings have a better record, but I think that record is a little bit false.
One other one here is Carolina against Atlanta as well. 4-point underdog Carolina. Yeah. I mean, they've been terrible. Yeah. I know Atlanta aren't the best, but is that just a home team?
The Carolina Panthers, they blew out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the week, last week. So what's going on here? I don't know. I got no clue. So let's start from the top, man. Mm-hmm. And we got the 9:30 kickoff tomorrow morning, all the way out across the pond. Is that game played in London or is that in Germany?
Yes, this is Wembley. This one, Wembley, not in the Spurs stadium. Jacksonville tend to be the team that stay in London, and they play at Wembley the vast majority of times. And I think that's to do with the fact that their owner, Shad Khan, owns most of Wembley Stadium as a percentage. He's a percentage owner in that stadium. I think the one that's in Germany, I think, is Kansas City against Tampa Bay, I believe.
I got you.
I think that's the end of November. But yeah, this is an interesting one. Denver against Jacksonville. Denver coming in as obviously a 2.5 point underdog in this one, as we've just said. Jacksonville, a home side here, they tend to be used to playing abroad and playing in London. I think this is their 8th or 9th game they've done in a few seasons away. So I'm taking the Jags on this one, but I'm staying away from the game, really. It's an early doors game, and it is a bit of a pick 'em. You could take either one here.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely staying away from that line. It's a straight up point flip. I mean, the over-under is 40.5. I wouldn't even touch that. I'd probably lean under. The thing about it is both of these teams have talent on the offensive side of the ball. And the Broncos have a really, really good defense. Yep. Is Russell Wilson going to get it together anytime soon? It doesn't look like it.
No, apparently he was doing high knees in between the plane for 4 hours. That's absolutely bullshit.
I think we dodged the bullet with that guy. I really, really do. Everybody wanted him here, but the fact that he went to Denver, signed a big contract, and he's just playing like shit. And it's just didn't happen. This goes back last year and the year before that. You saw him start to go downhill. Mm-hmm. Denver made a mistake. I think, and it was a mistake that we very well could have made.
We would have.
We would have, and we would have been happy to make that at the time. But the fact of the matter is, I think we were saying off air, John. I think we dodged a huge bullet. And I'm taking the Jaguars in this game. I'm not putting no money on it, but I think the Jaguars are going to roll this game.
Yeah, I think with Trevor in under center and Doug Peterson, and as I said, most of that Jacksonville side will have experienced playing this side of the pond at some point.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why I'm taking it is because they have more experience playing over there.
So it's Jesse's favorite time because he can wake up, he can have his morning coffee and start watching football all day, which is fantastic. I don't know how it's interesting for us because our clocks go back again. We've got this daylight saving crap.
Oh, y'all start tomorrow. Do our start next week? I think.
Yes, today. Yeah. So 2 a.m. I think it shifts across. So our time. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see this game played out. I get to watch this before the Commanders. So yeah, it's quite good for me. So yeah, Jacksonville on this one. What about you, John?
I think I'm going to take Denver in this one. If Wilson plays, I think it's bound to happen. He's bound to snap out of it a little bit. I mean, the dude was working out on the plane all the way over.
Well, that's what we said. Yeah, high knees in between the seats.
By the way, these fucking aerobics videos that I see of him are so fucking funny. Those old aerobics competitions are hilarious. When you say we dodged a bullet, I got to thinking about this because I've been thinking, Seattle knew something because this does go back before last year. Other than Kevin Lockett or Tyler Lockett,
Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. They've been trying to trade him. They tried to trade him, I think, 3 years ago.
Right.
They were so close to a deal.
They said that they didn't want to trade him to us because they didn't want to trade him within the conference, right? And maybe they just maybe Pete Carroll looked at us and looked on Redskins Twitter and felt bad for us and said, I really don't want to do this to these people. This will drive them over the edge. So thank you, Pete Carroll, for sending him to Denver. But yeah, I'm going to take Denver in this game, and there's really no other reason. I think they're pretty evenly matched. I know that we're all waiting with bated breath for Trevor Lawrence to come around and for the Jaguars to pull their heads out of there as I move forward, but. One of these teams is going to have to, and it's a coin flip as to which one. So
if I had a teammate, there you go.
I'm staying with the Broncos.
If I had a teammate that was disturbing my sleep by doing high knees up and down the aisles of the airplane, I would probably stick my foot out and just trip them just for the fuck of it.
Oh, that would really go over well in the press, wouldn't it? Russell Wilson's not going to play today because ridiculous hillbilly long snapper sticks foot out in the middle of
I had a leg spasm. All right,
yeah, that best weather and Wi-Fi sounds great.
Does it really? Is it that bad?
No, what it is just a little feedback. Do you have headphones? You got earphones?
I got Bluetooth.
Oh, all right.
Let me disconnect it and see if that's better. I just can't hear y'all as well.
No, that's all right.
That might be a good thing.
I mean, I'm looking at the numbers of people listening, and I don't think any of them are going to care.
Me, myself, and I.
That's right. What do you think, Scott? Do you care? I don't care.
No, not at all. It's just three dudes talking shit. You know what I mean?
Whatever.
No,
that's right.
Listen, bet responsibly. Do not follow our bets. That's all I'm saying.
You've obviously got something better to do anyway.
Oh, God.
I told my wife, she goes, why do you do this? There's nobody there. I'm like, well, I could either talk football with my fingers while I'm typing, doing nothing on a Saturday afternoon, or I can talk football with these two guys and not have to type.
That's it.
And, occasionally somebody might trip in. So, all right. Are you all better now? So wait a minute. I must admit this week I have been rather lax in the overall NFL news. I used to watch Good Morning Football every morning, right? And I liked it a lot better it's not got anything to do with this new woman that they have on there, but I liked Kay Adams a little better.
I like Kay Adams too.
I liked her. And I thought that the show last year flowed a little bit better around the football. This year it's like, let's have ridiculous comparison skit and then more talk about the Buffalo Bills. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills some more. And by the way, we're going to talk about the Buffalo Bills. So
look, at least it's not last year and the year before. It was Dallas until you couldn't. Yeah, they're always there, man.
It's a front running thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there he is. There's nothing wrong with front runners, and of course the NFL is going to promote their big stars at the moment. But even still, it's just I don't know. I find myself not giving a shit because I want some news. What's going on in the league? And instead of news, I get, which one of the Buffalo Bills most reminds you of Herman Munster or some stupid fucking thing like that. So, So I'm kind of lax on the news right now. Did Robinson? Is that his name? The running back from Jacksonville. They traded him, right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they traded him for a 5th, I think. I don't know where he went.
6th round pick.
Was it 6th? Where did he go to?
The Jets, right?
The Jets. Yep, Jets.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's interesting because Breece Hall got hurt last week, so yeah, that makes things interesting up there because he's good.
But they've got Travis Etienne in the Jags, who's an all-go. He's a 4-down back. You know what I mean? So very good.
Right.
So I don't think it's a huge loss if I'm being honest for them. So, but then this is the Jags. You know, they're going to do what they're going to do, and they're trying to get better. And obviously, New York, as in the Jets, are trying to get better as well, who are on a bit of a win streak. So and
they're actually succeeding finally.
Yeah. Well, Robert Salah's going to take his time with that team, and you know, this is his 2nd season. I've said before on these pods that I still think the Jets are a season away from being a contender within the playoffs, but they're looking a lot better now as well, the Jets. So, yeah,
to me, contender nowadays means you're a chance to make the playoffs because the field does change considerably every year, except for the few at the top. You know, the Bills right now are
yeah. Look at the Rams and the way they do things. You know what I mean? The Rams just seem to. Ooh.
Oh, excuse me. That's me moving Queen to Knights 4.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Vladimir Putin like coming in on our podcast there.
No, I read an article about there was a cheating scandal going on in world-class tennis. I mean, excuse me, chess, right? World fucking championship chess had a cheating scandal because some guy had electrified anal beads up his ass that were Bluetoothed up, and some girl was sending him signals buzzing his ass. I'm surprised you didn't read about that. You guys don't read the right news,
it's not the sort of dark web matter that I read, to be honest, John. I'll leave that to you.
I didn't say I saw the video. I just said I read the article. All right, so we're going to move along. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So
go on. Yeah, you go.
No, we got nothing better but time, right?
No, I was just saying. I think the next one I think we're on is the Chicago Bears against Dallas. I think, and I had a look at this line, and when you just dropped off there, me and Jesse were talking a little bit about and offline there. We were talking a little bit about the lines on here, and the Chicago Bears are a 10-point underdog in this game.
Home. Oh, no, they're not at home. They're in Dallas, right?
Which is just Dak did not look himself coming back last week.
They looked real good against the Patriots.
Yeah,
the Bears. They did.
You know, they did, I guess. I think you can look at that two ways. The Patriots didn't look very good. You know, they benched their quarterback halfway through the game. And then I think that you see that most of the Bears offense was predicated around Justin Fields taking off and running. You know, that's where their big plays were coming from. They really weren't hitting any passes downfield. The running backs were
that's not necessarily true. I think he had 2 big touchdown passes, right?
Did he?
Yeah.
I know most of everything that was going on were big time runs that he was doing.
But remember, this is the game that we couldn't give a shit about anyway because it was Monday Night Football and nobody wanted to watch it. Nobody wanted to watch it at all.
I was watching it. And as a matter of fact, I turned it on in the second quarter and I saw the Saints, hey, man, 2 touchdowns. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, they gave up a touchdown and then throw an interception for a touchdown. Dude threw two pick sixes on 2 consecutive plays, right? Fucking Andy Dalton. And so I was like, okay, I got to watch this. This is getting stupid. This game's 14-all now. And yeah, it wasn't too bad, but a lot of it was, to me, was Justin Fields' legs that were creating a lot of the hassles. But that you can't last with that. Now I know Ezekiel Elliott will not play on Sunday, but I don't think that's going to matter because I think right now Tony Pollard is the better back, and my fantasy team definitely will agree.
So what we're doing here then, gents? I mean, I'm picking Dallas because it's in Jerry World, but I think the line is far too high. If it was 7 points, I'd probably be a bit more entertained on that. But I don't know.
I'm taking the Bears with the points.
Okay.
I mean, Dallas is going to win, but I don't like that line either. So I'm going to. I think the line's just too high. Was it 10.5?
Yeah, 10.5. Yeah.
Yeah. No way. No, it's 10. No, it's just 10. It might have came down. I thought I read 10.5, but I'm taking the Bears with the points, man. I don't think
the Dallas offense is that good. If Elliott's not playing, then I think they're really good on defense. But let's see how they handle Justin Fields and his legs.
I think that they're not going to have too much of a problem with Justin Fields and his legs. They got I always forget this fucking guy's name. Sometimes I just blank. Micah Parsons, thank you. And I'm a Penn State fan, and that's probably why I've forgotten his name, because he's like persona non grata to me now. Fuck you, buddy. You went to the Cowboys, right? But he's played Justin Fields in the past, right? He knows Justin Fields from the Big Ten, and I know that doesn't sound like much coming over to the pros, but this is a 101 middle linebacker versus quarterback matchup, and I think that if they just let him spy, he's going to crush Fields. He's going to destroy Fields. They'll keep him hemmed in, and I'm going to take the Cowboys and lay the 10 points. I think they're going to win this going away. This is going to be their coming out party, and this is going to be when Jerry Jones looks around and says, God damn it, why the hell did I ever pay Zeke that kind of money? Look at this shit. Tony Pollard's going to have 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. John's fantasy team will be very happy.
Raiders Saints. Raiders are favored by 1. I got the Raiders all day, every day, and I'm going to put $200 on this game right here. I don't like the Saints. I don't believe in the Saints, and I think the Raiders offense is going to just totally dominate this Saints defense.
Yeah, really dominated performance from Jacobs last week, and I watched that and I thought, yeah, he looks dominant and scored a few. He got 3 touchdowns last weekend? Yeah. So yeah, for me, absolutely, the Vegas Raiders will win this one, and Josh Jacobs getting another couple of touchdowns. They go away and win this quite easily. How this is only a 1 point? They're a 1 point underdog going into New Orleans.
It's one of those weird lines. I think maybe you chalk it up as a home field, one of them home field advantage lines, giving them 3 points.
Yeah,
but
the issue you got for the Saints is they just have no idea who their actual quarterback is.
And
is
they don't even have a weapon to get to. They don't have anything to work with. Yeah. Taysom Hill doesn't ever impress me. And I know that all the time he's, look at these highlight reels from Taysom Hill, whatever.
Yeah, but look at the rest of this. Look at the rest of the game. It's trash.
Right. See, this is, you said it. It's a weird line. And what did I always say last year? Every once in a while, they throw a line up at you and you go, what the fuck? This is so easy to pick. The Raiders look so far and away like they should win this game, right? A 1 point line. It's a pick 'em essentially. And they're just saying, pick the Raiders because the Saints are that bad. Frankly, I don't believe in the Saints either. I don't believe in the Catholic Church for that matter. I don't believe in God. It's a bunch of crap. So the hell with all that. We'll just say that. But it is a weird line, but I'm going to go ahead and be stupid about it. I'm going to go ahead and go against my gut instinct, and I'm going to take the Raiders, and I'm going to give the 1 point, and I'm going to put $250 down on it because they should win this game going away.
Easy.
They really should.
For me, that looks like easy money all day,
and that's
day.
the problem. Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah. What's up, Yam in Japan? Just woke up and say, hey, what's going on, man? What's up,
dude? Man. What's up, Yam? We are here blaspheming against the at least I am.
The Carolina Panthers.
Who can blaspheme against the Carolina Panthers? Not me.
Yeah. Well, they had an offensive explosion last weekend with P.J. Walker going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and handed Brady his second loss in a row.
Second loss in a row, and right after that, his wife threw him out. So
yeah,
big bad week for Tom Brady.
AB's living in his front room. Yeah. But no, I'm looking at this one, and it's Carolina going into this as a 4 point underdog, and I'm going to take Carolina with the points. But I think Atlanta win it. But I think I think it's closer than we make.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take Carolina in this game, just for the fact. I don't know why. I have a gut feeling about Carolina.
Fucking fine though.
That I don't have any idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Kyle Pitts is invisible at the moment, so just
at the moment means his entire career so far.
Well, Atlanta are not a good team. Put it that way, they're not a good team. Neither are Carolina, for that matter. But this could be battle of the basement.
boys.
game. But yeah, I'm looking at this thinking Carolina will cover that 4.
Mariota hasn't been playing bad,
No.
but the team that surrounded him is, and you know, I don't know if he's playing for a job for the Atlanta Falcons, or is he auditioning for? I think he signed a 2-year deal.
Maybe,
but
I'm not sure.
You know, I think we would have probably been better off this year if we would have signed Mariota instead of Wentz. But I think he's doing all right. He's doing the best he can with what he has on the field, and he deserves an opportunity, I believe.
I think it's only a matter of time until we see Desmond Ridder, to be fair.
Didn't he get hurt? Why do I always think he got hurt? Somebody got hurt in preseason. One of those quarterbacks did. Now, I guess it wasn't him. See, this is what happens when you get old. For me, an offensive explosion is a really bad, ugly, awful thing. You really don't want to see it. It happens sometimes in the morning. It depends on if I eat like pizza the night before. All right, that's horrible.
So who are you picking then, John?
I'm going to pick the Panthers. I think they're going to stay a little high, playing for their interim head coach there. Baker Mayfield gave him the vote of confidence this week by saying he didn't want to be traded. No, I don't want to be traded. I figure I've hit rock bottom. There ain't no place to go but Canada. So, you know, I think that they're going to go ahead and beat the Falcons because, like you said, the Falcons, they don't have any weapons. Mariota's playing all right, but it's a lot of his legs is what's you know, keeping these drives going and everything like that. And all well and good, I guess, but you can't live that way. You know, you're just not going to live that way unless you've got the rest of the team around you to threaten defenses to keep them from keying on that shit. It works for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts can take off and run. He can scare a defense because if you just key on him, he'll go over your top. He's got running backs that can get outside. He's got other players on the team that can really threaten you. DJ Moore is about all I can think of that's left. Chuba Hubbard's okay, I guess. But, you know, the deadly Baker Mayfield to DJ Moore connection, we're going to have to start.
Where did Robbie Anderson get traded to?
The Cardinals. And, you know, the funny thing about Robbie Anderson is when he landed in Arizona, they couldn't see him. He had to turn and face them before they could actually see him. That dude is, here he comes, Robbie Anderson, 6'2", 47 pounds.
It looks like a zip. If you stuck his tongue out and turned him sideways, he looked like a zip.
He's a zipper. Yeah, that's right. That's right. A zipper with freaking stupid ass things coming off his head.
Sideshow Bob hair, yeah.
He looks like he does. He has. It's what was that movie? With the Wayans brothers. How to not look like him, how to not be a menace while you're being
a South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Fucking shit all over that dude's head.
Yeah, that was such a funny movie. Oh.
Of course, it's the Wayans brothers. I'll tell you what. Anybody that wants to tell me that I'm going to Get You Sucker is not one of the greatest comedies of all time, we will fucking have some fisticuffs, buddy, because that movie is fucking hilarious.
Pittsburgh Steelers traveling to Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are favored by 10.5. Big line. Don't like the line, but one note of news: TJ Watt is going into the 21-day window. Of course, he's not going to be available for the Philadelphia game, but he is coming back, so they might give that defense a boost. But yeah, I got the Eagles. I'll take the points too. I'll have the Eagles lay the points as well too. Pittsburgh is in trouble. Yeah. This is going to be the worst year for Mike Tomlin since he's taken over as coach for that team.
Yeah, I said this a couple of weeks ago with you, Jesse. I think that this could be the first year that Tomlin has a below 500 record. I think, John, you said there's a lot of football still to be played.
Sure.
We're 2 weeks further on than there, and I still feel convinced that this could be Tomlin's worst season as the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm also, I hate to say it, but I'm also taking Philly. And yeah, this is going to be 14+ point win for Philly, easy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go ahead and take Philly, and I'm going to lay the points too. Pittsburgh, you know, look, I'm not going to blame Tomlin. Everybody, there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans. We all seem to think that Washington Twitter is so toxic. Look, it's really not that different in other places. I'm not kidding you. People are fucking moronic no matter where they are. And the stupider you are, the louder you seem to get, which is exactly what the point is of us all being here on this podcast. Talking.
So Yams there saying, glad to see that Pittsburgh are in trouble, but still rather them beat the Sheets.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, the one thing that the Steelers don't do is fire coaches. They just never do. But at the same time, you can't really blame Tomlin. He's got a rookie quarterback. He's in a cycle of change. So he's going to have some downtime. You've seen this Belichick, right? He had last year was his downtime, and he still made the playoffs. But so this happens when coaches are long tenured. People really aren't used to seeing that kind of thing. I think that said the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to get their asses handed to them. The Eagles, seriously, they remind me, and I don't mean on the field. The last truly dominant team that I saw up close all the time was the 91 Redskins. All right. And you just knew they're going to come into that stadium and they're going to crush you. They're going to lay it down and crush you. And I see the same kind of attitude with the Eagles, the camaraderie, the tightness of the team. They look very much like a true Super Bowl contender at this point. And I think they're going to roll over the Steelers. Easily.
Yeah, I hate Philly more than anyone. I hate Philly more than Dallas.
Like I see it.
And yeah, it's just I'm with you, Yam. I hate the Eagles so much too. But
they're the class of the NFC right now. And that's
clear.
They
are. You can't bet against them at the minute. You just can't do that. No matter if
bringing in Robert Quinn.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. Yeah, I know exactly. Just shores it up a bit more, doesn't it?
Right.
And then they've got all these picks in the next draft as well. They're just building and building and building. So
right. I see Commanders fans crying. Look at this. We don't do anything, and they do that. Yeah. You know what you would have done 2 years ago? The Eagle fans were ready to hang Howie Roseman out on a string. Remember? You remember at that one draft when he made a trade, and everybody was looking at him in that freaking draft room, and they replayed it on NFL Network. Oh, Howie Roseman may be in trouble. Look at these stairs, these icy stairs from the ownership group.
Yeah.
Now look at him. The dude's a fucking genius, right? He's built a Super Bowl contender. He's got picks coming out the yin yang so much that he can just go, I'll take Robert.
Remember Sirianni's first press conference, and everyone thought, who is this absolute
Who's this hippie? Who's this fucking hippie?
And look at him now. He looks like a genius.
Yeah, well, you know I got to say this in terms of the Philadelphia Eagles. Fuck them.
Agreed. Move on.
That's right. Fuck them. All right, so there you go. We're going to get fuck them plus 11. Who we have next here? We got the Eagles and the Steelers. We just did that. And the Dolphins traveling to Detroit. The Detroit Lions are a shit football team. Imagine that. I am shocked.
Still beat us, though.
They beat us, and they look like fucking kings doing it.
I know. I actually thought they were going to change this year. You know, Hard Knocks and all that. You watch that, and you think, this is actually going to be an okay team. They're going to be biting some kneecaps off. You know, they're going to be out there doing things. They've got Aiden Hutchinson, who was looking really good
in week 2.
They've been terrible. They've been terrible since.
They've been the Lions. Here they come again. The Lions. Yeah. You know, I said this before about Campbell. He talks a good game. You know, he makes some really cool fucking things that you can put on Twitter and say, listen how stupid he sounds. Listen to this guy. I'd run through a brick wall for this guy. Well, apparently the Lions will too. However, you don't play against brick walls. You play against other football teams. And these other football teams have been kicking their ass. I think in this week, the Dolphins are going to be no exception. The Dolphins getting 3 points. Is that what I just saw? Or they're giving 3. They're giving 3.5. I'm going to lay that. The Dolphins giving 3.5. They're winning this game easily.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And my fantasy quarterback is Tua this week again. So,
right with you there.
No problem at all. Jalen Waddle's fit by all accounts. He's been questionable for the last couple of weeks, as has Raheem Mostert, but they both look good to go. Mostert getting a touchdown last week. You know, Tyreek Hill's there as well. They've got some serious weapons, Miami, and I don't see how Detroit's defense handle that at all.
Tyreek Hill is the premier weapon, I think, in the NFL right now. That dude from anywhere on the field, he can hit it. So, who do you like in this game, Jesse?
I gotta go with Dolphins. Tua didn't look very well last week.
He's just coming back from getting his brain scrambled. I mean, don't forget.
But the week before, he did look good. I don't know. I like how the Detroit Lions play.
Badly?
If it wasn't for I think a fumble at the 1 yard line against Dallas, they were in that game pretty much for most of it. You know, I think they've had their chances. I'm still not sold on Miami being a really, really good team. I don't trust Tua. I'm going to go with the Dolphins, but I'm not going to put any money on it.
No money down on a 3.5 point spread against a bad team like that. Here,
Well, I'm putting $100 on Miami.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm putting 200 down on Miami. I think that's another one of those lines where they're just begging you to take the Dolphins.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
I'm taking it because the Lions are not going to be the ones that are going to freak me out over something like that. Hang on 1 second. I want to show you something here. I do have a photograph that was taken of the Detroit Lions after their loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. Here they are. Just a big fucking load of garbage.
To be fair, that looks like the skip outside from my house at the minute. Yeah.
This is what you've been gardening. All right, then. So after we had a little talk there of geraniums, we're moving on to the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this always seems like such a good game, but the Cardinals, to me, are really – they're not playing such good football at all. Sometimes you see them, they're like that overtime win against the Raiders. Wow, there he is. There's that little runt. He looks fucking awesome today. But after that, he looks like a little runt.
Didn't they have a good win? They blew out someone. Was it last week? 40-odd points. I think they won by about 20 last week, the Cardinals. And they're plus 3.5. I mean, I've got Minnesota here as the home team. So I don't know why I'm trusting Kirk Cousins, but I just think that Jefferson's awesome and that they get it done at home.
I wonder if this would work. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm trying something here. Go ahead, Jesse.
This game is I don't like that. I'll stay away from this game. But I mean, if I had to lean somewhere, it's going to be with the Vikings. But I don't know, man. Kyler Murray, they got another weapon in Robbie Anderson.
Come on, that dude stinks.
I don't know, man. I think he's all right. He just hadn't had a quarterback to throw him the ball.
Oh, there we go, Kyler Murray. Got Kyler Murray out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think this is gonna be a close game. I'm not sold on the Vikings. I don't think they're as good as their record, but I'm going to pick them to win. But I think the Cardinals are going to cover.
Okay.
All right. It's in Minnesota. I'm taking the Vikings. I don't like the Cardinals. Whichever Kyler Murray decides to show up. Some days we get the one that can play, and other days we get this guy. So. This is actually pretty interesting, man. This dude has like no legs whatsoever. What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know. I just found it and thought that was Kyler Murray. So now you see my silly sense of humor. I just don't know which Cardinals team is going to show up. They don't have any running backs right now. Their wide receivers are all beat up. I know they have Hopkins coming back, but I haven't been impressed by him yet. And Robbie Anderson as a weapon, get the fuck out of here. You know how the best way to use Robbie Anderson as a weapon? You take those goddamn prongs sticking off his head and you pull him out into a point, and then you pick that fucking skinny ass dude up and you throw him like a spear, because that's about what he looks like to me. I don't give a shit about the every once in a while pass that Robbie Anderson pulls in for a bomb. He ain't no goddamn weapon. He keeps getting bounced from city to city to city. For him, that's good. Watch. Next time that you see the Cardinals name, Sam Darnold's coming to town. I'm going to go ahead and take the Vikings. Yeah, Sam Darnold's going to come to town and Robbie Anderson's going to kill himself. What the fuck do I have to do to get away from him? Yep, Kyler Murray's going down up in Minnesota. Here he is. He's getting down. All right, so who do we have next?
So New England against New York Jets, by the looks of it. New England going into the Meadowlands.
This is another line I don't get whatsoever. New England's been playing like shit.
Yeah.
They have an okay defense, but the fact of the matter is they did just give up 33 points to the Chicago fucking Bears of all goddamn people. And the Jets have been playing fucking really fucking good. I'm taking the Jets to fucking straight out win this game.
And New England a 2.5 point favorite here, Jesse. Is that right?
Yeah, New England's a 2.5 point favorite. I'm taking the Jets, and I'm going the over. And I think the Jets are going to score probably 35 of those 40 points.
Yeah, replacing Breece Hall with James Robinson is not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal at all.
No.
Bailey Zappi, do we know who's going to be the starter up there?
It's Mac Jones.
Jones again?
And listen, let me rewind for a second too. All the people during that, they're because Mac Jones got benched or whatever. All these people coming out saying, "Should we go give New England a second round pick for Mac Jones?" Shut the fuck up. Like seriously, no. I think a lot of people know my feelings on Mac Jones. I didn't want him any fucking where near Washington. I never had faith in Mac Jones. I thought he was a product of Alabama. And once again, I have been proven correct.
Sit down and shut the fuck up.
Shut up! Shut up! Sit the fuck down and shut up!
Shut up and sit down.
Will you shut up?
Just sit your ass down
I
here
got
and shut up.
so much shit
Sit down
about not wanting Mac Jones.
Sorry, I have it on loop.
He's always going to go high though in the draft because he's a quarterback. That's what people need, you know.
Well, that's fine, and I'm not worried about. I didn't want Mac Jones in the 7th round. I wouldn't have taken him in the 7th round. I thought he would be a wasted pick, and it's turning out.
I agree. Alabama quarterbacks really never do too much for me. Tua Tagovailoa seems to be one of the outliers right now. I can remember A.J. McCarron coming out of college. Oh, he's going to be so awesome. Remember his girlfriend. He was like dating Miss Mississippi. God damn, she was smoking hot. And they showed her on TV, and Brent Musburger got in trouble because he says, "Oh, you young boys out there, take a look at her. Go out in the backyard and start throwing the football." Right?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I got to say, I think that the majority of people that were complaining are big, fat, ugly girls.
Probably.
So we're all taking the Jets on that one then, yeah?
Yeah, we're all taking the Jets. Look at Scott bringing me back. Thank you, Scott. Getting me back from the edge.
Got to reel them in sometimes. Got to reel them in. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes yet before I got to take a shower and take my daughter out shopping. Great.
That's cool. I seriously, I think the Jets are going to crush the Patriots tomorrow. I can't believe that the Patriots are favored on the road against them. I mean, this isn't the Jets.
That makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
All right, the Giants and the Seahawks. This is a pretty big game, actually.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big game, and me and Scott talked about this before we went on. That the Giants are a dog. A 3-point dog. This don't make sense to me.
Well, it's the Seattle crowd, the Seattle atmosphere. What's the weather supposed to be like? It's still Seattle, right? And the fact of the matter is like I told you, the Giants are they're 6-1, but it's a bit of a mirage. They've been winning on the final play. Last week they won by like 4 inches. Now, granted, credit to them, they made the stop at the end of the game at the 1-yard line, but 4 more inches.
If you win on 4 inches.
I get it. But this is the 3rd time now. They've 2 times Saquon Barkley.
It's worked for me. It's worked for me, Jesse.
I got it. It's just something I can't relate to.
Fill the pram twice. That's good.
The essence of humor is common experience. I just don't, So, I think that the Giants right now they're capable, but they, like I said, 2 times they score on Saquon running the ball in with under 10 seconds to play. 1 time they stop them with no time left at the goal line. Okay, great. The record is what it is, but how long can you keep living that way?
Mm-hmm.
So far, I don't know. Daniel Jones was NFC Player of the Week last week. I think that was one of those make-a-wish things. Hooray, I got to be NFC Player of the Week. Hooray. So I just don't think they can keep surviving. I'm going to go ahead and take the Seahawks, and I'm going to go ahead and lay those 3 points, but I'm not putting any money on it because I don't believe in them quite yet either.
So
go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, sorry, man. So I'm with you, John. I'm taking the Seahawks. I think this Giants win ratio is full of shit. And I'm taking the points too. And I'm actually going to put money on this. I'm going to put $150 on this. God
damn! Look at you, big spender.
I think Gino's been okay. He's not been horrendous.
He's been pretty good, actually.
Yeah, he's been okay.
He doesn't make the critical mental error. And when you have a quarterback that's not elite, like a Patrick Mahomes that can just pull shit out of his ass and make magic tricks, you just need a guy that can manage the game and not make that killing error.
Yep.
Yeah, listen. All right. I'm going to lay it down for y'all.
Lay it down for us, Jesse.
The Giants, they're 6-1. They've been relying on the run game. Saquon Barkley's been fucking great this year now that he's healed up. Their defense has been playing well. It doesn't matter how they won. They're winning. They're playing.
No, I
winning
get it, but you can't live
now.
that way. You can't survive.
You know?
How many times are they going to keep doing
But the thing about it is, can you survive on Geno Smith? How long can you survive on Geno Smith? I mean,
they haven't been winning in the final seconds. They haven't been pulling shit out of their ass. The Giants have been.
Geno has been throwing like 350 yards, averaging I think he's like 305 yards a game. He's been playing well. The 12th man, fuck them. They're done. And I'm picking the Seattle Seahawks too. So I'm. The Giants run is done. The Giants run is done. I'm picking Seattle too.
Yeah. Fuck you, Daniel Jones. I'll have to bring that commercial back from last year. That one didn't get the critical acclaim that I had expected. I really liked that.
That was a good one.
The best of album. Fuck you, Daniel Jones. Yes. I could probably pull that up before we leave here today. All right, who do we have next?
In L.A., this is a pick 'em.
Absolutely.
I agree with it. I know you guys were saying specifically, Scott, that's such a weird line to you. I agree with it. I don't know the 49ers, I don't know who they are right now. All right. I think
the Rams should be favored by 2 and a hometown line. What this is telling me that Vegas thinks that San Francisco is a little bit better, but since the Rams are playing at home, that they're giving those points to the Rams. I disagree. I think Kyle Shanahan is an overrated coach. I think they're doing everything they can to mask the deficiencies that they have on offense by bringing in a Christian McCaffrey and trying to trade for other players. And Jimmy G is dog shit, won't go down the field whatsoever. They're wasting talent down there. Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. They're not getting over the hump like they want to be. They made a bad pick in Trey Lance, and they're probably lucky that they're probably lucky that he got hurt in the beginning of the season, because Jimmy will manage them, but they're not going to go anywhere. I got the LA Rams winning this game, and I got $200 on it.
Oof. I don't believe in either one of them. I don't know which 49ers will show up. I don't know which Rams are going to show up. At some point, you have to think that the Rams' offensive firepower has to break out. It has to break out.
Yeah.
So is that going to be this week? I don't know. I mean, the 49ers' pass defense isn't bad. Their defense overall isn't bad. Their offense, it seems to run through one guy each week, whether that's Brandon Ayuk one week or whether it's Deebo Samuel one week, but one guy seems to whoop the shit out of somebody every week. So I don't know which team it is, because I don't believe in Jimmy G. Screw him. I'm going to pick the Rams.
You're right. They are smart. They are smart by keeping Jimmy G, but the fact of the matter is they were trying to trade Jimmy G, and the only reason why they couldn't trade him is because of his shoulder injury.
Sometimes the smartest thing you ever do is the thing that you're not able to do that you would have done. You go, whew, glad I freaking did.
They got lucky. I don't think it was smart. They just got fucking lucky.
So you two are taking the Rams. I'm taking the 49ers. I don't know why. Ooh. I don't like either of the – I don't believe in either of the sides. Both have got weapons on both sides of the ball. I mean, you look at.
I mean, I believe in the Rams. They just haven't put it together all the way yet. They're still in it. I still think they're going to have a late season run, and that's why my faith is with the LA Rams.
I mean, one game better than the Commanders right now.
Yeah, Donald's unbelievable.
Donald's unbelievable. I love the coach. Sean McVay should still be in Washington. I like Matt Stafford. They got weapons. They're hurting that running back right now. I think they're on their fifth string running back at this moment.
Henderson. No, Henderson's hurt.
Henderson, yeah. No, he is hurt. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're playing some no-name running backs at this moment. I think they're going to put it together. They're too. McVay's too good of a play caller.
I watched
and they got too much talent not to.
I watched a bit more of their game last week against Kansas City, the 49ers, and I think that they can put it together, and I think they will just about beat the Rams, probably by 3 points. I think McCaffrey has a very big game. He's had another week to learn that playbook. I think Deebo Samuel, You can put him anywhere. He's like a Swiss Army knife, which is brilliant. And I think that Ayuk's a great player as well. They've got Juszczyk and George Kittle. He had a really good game last week as well. So you can't count him out either. So for me, I'm going to go against the grain with you two, and I'm going to pick the 49ers. But it is an absolute pick-em game, that one.
I will 100% say that a Swiss Army knife is nowhere near as fucking useful as anybody seems to think it is. In fact, one of the things that it actually does for you is it indicates that you're a fucking dork to just about everybody in the room when you pull it out and say, look, I got a toothpick in this goddamn thing. Look at here. I got
It's got a good corkscrew on it. Yeah.
Look at this here. I got a fork and a knife. I can't cut nothing with it because it's a fork on one end and a knife on the other. These goddamn Swiss people, they eat everything with their fingers.
All right, the Green Bay Packers are traveling to Buffalo. This was supposed to be an exciting Sunday night matchup, but the Green Bay Packers are
terrible.
Yeah,
they suck.
And that's why they are a 10.5-point dog to the Buffalo Bills. This is going to be a one-sided game.
That's what Aaron Rodgers is going to get.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen is going to play 3 quarters, and that's going to be it.
Really? They're going to treat it like a preseason game.
They did last week. They did it last week.
Did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am not sure I agree with
even just a half.
I don't even know if I agree with that. I mean, it's not the end of the season where you got to be resting people, but
But if you're up by 47,
it's out
at halftime.
I guess so. Let him
But look, and going back and looking at Green Bay, Green Bay's defense has been really good this year.
Started the season off well, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we were able to pretty much do what we wanted if we had a quarterback to do it. All game. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are like 1,000 times better than our offense. So this game is. I think the Bills will cover this line, the spread, and I'll put $100 on it. 10.5 shit. It should be probably 14.5.
I took a player prop bet on this one. Going a bit off here, and Josh Allen throwing over 1.5 TDs.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, was minus 220 or
into your bank account in that.
Absolutely, and I've got $200 on that. And a Bills win, really comfortable, no problem at all. They've been beat. Green Bay have been beaten the last 2 games by the Jets and us. You know, they are.
He'll have 2 touchdowns before halftime.
Well, no third downs last week as well. That's what you got to remember. Didn't complete a single third down, but maybe Aaron Rodgers has seen his shaman and he's got things back on track. You know, who knows what's going on.
The Bills are number 1 in offense and defense DVOA. I mean, they're cruising on all cylinders right now, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon.
Nope,
me either. I don't even know if I'm working right now. Everything's kind of hung up over on my system.
You're good. You're good.
I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I can only hear you. The Bills are going to crush the Packers. It's as simple as that. They're going to crush the Packers. I think they're going to win by at least freaking 2 touchdowns, probably even more. They're going to cover, and I'm going to put $100 down on the Bills.
Yeah, I think this line's a little low, to be honest with you. I think it should be like at least 13.
Yeah, I was thinking about 12, 13, definitely.
For as bad as this Green Bay offense, it's not about the defense, it's about this offense. As bad as this offense has been playing, they haven't been able to do anything. Moving on, the Monday night matchup, no one, everybody was looking forward to, or nobody's looking forward to, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
The Ohio Derby.
Damn it, this thing.
The Bengals were favored by 3 points, and I got Bengals. I got 500 on that game. That's just, I think that's. If you're taking the Browns, you're just pulling money out your pocket.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. Bengals easy cover that points, and I got 100 on this as well.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's just they're starting to play better. Chase is playing well for them. Yeah, it should be an easy win for the Bengals. This.
I'm sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. Who are the Bengals playing? I know who they're playing. The Browns.
Browns.
It's a 3-point line.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Jamar Chase is out. But
Oh,
I
is
don't
he?
think that's he's out for
Yeah,
the next
but
4 to 6
listen,
weeks.
you
But I
got
don't think it's
Tyler
going to make any
Boyd, you got
difference.
T. Higgins.
Yeah,
Oh,
Higgins
dear.
and Boyd will be fine.
Yeah.
I think the Browns will make it a bit of a game in order. I don't think it's going to be a crush. I don't think they're going to smoke them, but they should cover the 3 points. I would take the Bengals. I'm going to put $100 down on that, and I'm going to lay the 3 points. They should win something like 24-20.
Yeah,
sounds about right to me. 34.
Yeah,
to 30.
I got Tyler Boyd in my fantasy team. I'm starting him on Monday night. So
I have a rule. I never start a guy with 2 first names. Just doesn't work out.
Is Boyd really a first
Derrick
name?
Henry. Boyd is a first name, especially where people that look like you come from. Look at that beard. People named Boyd wear beards like that all the time.
Everybody's jealous of this.
So see, I say that,
luxury
but
soft.
I would start Derrick Henry every day. So yeah. So it just goes to show you I am full of shit. Anyway, who do we have left?
We
Big
have
game.
the Washington Commanders, the game of the week, the 4 o'clock game of the week.
Isn't it
This
4
is
o'clock
actually
tomorrow?
the game of
nice.
the week.
It's at 9:30 kickoff my time, so it's at 4:30 kickoff.
4:30. Yeah.
4:30. Yeah.
Shit.
It's Fox's NFL game of the week.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Well, yeah, well, it was supposed to be Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz. And
I
we
guess
all
so.
know how that
Instead, they're going to have an interview with Jim Irsay. Hey, what do you want me? Get away from me. Get out of here. Get the cameras off. Hey, leave me.
John, do you listen to John Cougar Mellencamp?
Not really. Not really. I'm much more of a Bruce Springsteen fan. John Cougar's okay, but I just never quite got into him. Why?
Jim asked. I don't know. I was just just saying.
How about that? I'm not. I have never owned a John Cougar Mellencamp anything.
The Cougs, no Cougs. Huh? All right.
However,
Commanders,
this
the
dude-
Manders, the
I
Coms.
do have one of his albums.
All right. Are we calling them the Coms? The Coms?
No, I'm going to call them the
Commies?
Commanders. There is
Or
absolutely
the
no
Manders.
way that you can nickname this name. You just can't
The
do it.
Manders.
The C
The
word.
Manders.
That's who
Everybody
they
call
are.
them the Manders.
The
the
Manders.
Manders.
Christ sakes, that
Yo, the
sounds-
Manders.
The Manders. Hey, let's just go see the Manders. We're going to go watch the Manders. It sounds like I'm going to a Christmas play, or I'm going over to have some. Let's go over to the Manders' house and play bridge. That's what that sounds like to me. The
right.
Manders.
This line is just I don't like Vegas. Obviously, knows something that us want to be couch GMs. No, I don't know. I think
That's Western gamblers.
listen,
Please gamble responsibly.
That's right. Especially if you're putting your quarter in the vibrator machine there, Jesse.
you haven't even done the fucking read yet, have you?
No.
Oh no, I haven't done the read yet. I can do the read though. Hang on a minute. I got 2 commercials
Before
for
we
us.
talk
So
about
let's
the game
see.
of the week,
All right, before we talk about the game of the week, I have 2 commercials for us. We're going to have a list of sports bettors. Your favorite sports book, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action with the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%. BetUS
Did you
offers
say
our members
200%?
I sure did. I
Wow.
said 200%. BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, UFC, MLB, NBA, NHL, RZZ, BZY, RTT, whatever the fuck else you want. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds, boosters, props, parlays, we got them. How about fast payouts and exceptional one-to-one customer service? We got that too. Imagine that. Log into betus.com or call 1-800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
He's one of the most influential and beloved singers of our time.
you really let us down there, Scott.
Painter.
Hey, Daniel Jones, you and the Giants can fuck off.
Yes, all your favorite Harry Sphincter hits in one volume. Songs like Fuck You, Daniel Jones.
Fuck you, Daniel Jones. Fuck you, Daniel Jones.
Yes, Harry Sphincter, the man Frank Sinatra called the most versatile singer of all time.
Go fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Go fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Go fuck yourself. Carry your skinny ass back to New York. Fuck yourself, Daniel Jones. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
no matter what the mood. Harry Sphincter delivers.
This is my favorite.
Daniel Jones, fuck you. Fuck you. Daniel Jones.
Harry Sphincter has been giving us amazing hits for decades. Who can forget these timeless classics?
Lawrence Taylor can suck my dick. Fuck you, Eli Manning. Bill Sims, go fuck yourself, you white-haired hillbilly.
Get your Harry Sphincter Greatest Hits package today. Send $29.95 to Harry Sphincter, Fuck You Daniel Jones Way, New York, New York.
And we're back.
Oh,
I guess you'd never heard that, Scott.
no, I haven't. No, that's a new one for me.
There's a video with it too. So okay, yeah.
Oh.
I like Lawrence Taylor can suck my dick. I had that one when I was young. I used to blast that out of my car and go down the street real slow. So Harry Sphincter, he was all right. All right, so I am picking the Commanders, and I am picking us to cover because fuck Sam Ehlinger. All right, I was watching a little bit of Greg Cosell. I like Greg Cosell, and then when it comes to quarterbacks, Cosell I think really he's good at spotting certain things, and he says, "quote There's something about Ehlinger I can't quite put my finger on it." So take that for whatever the fuck it's worth. But I can remember watching him in college. I haven't seen anything from him since. I didn't watch any Colts preseason or anything like that, but. In college, I didn't think he was too bad. He's kind of limited, but he does have some moxie. You know, we've used that word a lot lately. You know, it's all of a sudden 1937. All the quarterbacks we see, we got moxie. We got some moxie out there. But I think it's an interesting matchup. We should control this game and walk away with a win that is easy. And I don't mean easy like, we shouldn't even think about it. I mean, it should be something where we put our thumb on them, clamp it down, and not let them up. F.A. Obata, seriously, this kid has never played in an NFL game. Bite him. Bite him. Bite him.
Scott?
So I have a Commanders win, 17-13.
17? Oh!
Bit closer than I think it's going to be. I do think it's going to be a bit closer, but I'm relying on Joey Sly at the end to pull out the win. I think it'll be a late couple of minutes left on the clock and 17-13 dub.
Well, I would put it to you this way. If we're waiting on Joey Sly to get a late kick to win the game and it's 17-13, we've got a 1-point lead when he makes that kick.
Yep.
So your logic is fucked there, Scotty. What do you think, Jesse? What do you got?
Yeah, for those that listened yesterday, although it looks like I think Yam was listening to us yesterday. You guys know that I don't have a good feeling about this game whatsoever.
Imagine that. What a shock.
The Colts defense, they're a very, very good, solid defense. Gilmore's going to be probably glued to Terry the entire game. Although Terry did play well against them the other time that he did play. I just the unknown on the offensive side of the ball, I think they're going to be able to move the ball a little bit on us. I think it's going to be a very, very low scoring affair. I think we're going to cover.
Will it be an affair?
But I think the Colts are going to win. I think it's going to be like a 15-13 game.
Welcome to this presentation of the National Football Affair.
I don't think we're going to be able to move the ball on.
Doesn't quite work
whatsoever.
Sponsored by Burger King and Progressive. Yeah,
that's right. Coming to you live from Las Vegas's whatever stadium, Reliance Stadium. This professional football affair between the Raiders and the Saints.
I think everybody's a little bit too high on the Heineke bandwagon right now, and I think it's going to come down to earth this weekend.
You know, I'll tell you what, most people build things up so that they can get some confidence. Jesse builds things up so he can stand up on top and piss on everybody else. Fuck you and your Heineke.
I'm not pumping the brakes just yet, Jesse. I think we've got to
not against Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah, we got to win here. Come on.
This is a game we should win. We should win this game. We should. But somehow we're going to shit the motherfucking bed.
Well, I don't know how we can, but we'll ask Jim Irsay about it. Jim, what do you think about that? Oh, what the fuck's wrong with you? Get the fuck away from me. All right, that's enough of that silly shit. But yes, I would like to give you a single challenge tomorrow, gentlemen, while you're on TV, awaiting that special moment in which we get to see international film sensation or international television sensation and occasional podcast appearer, Keith
International superstar.
Keith Gray. Look at the Indianapolis Colts cheerleaders and tell me if that is not the ugliest collection of supposedly pretty women that you've ever seen in your life.
Well, Keith won't be on TV tomorrow. He's not going to be at the game.
Oh, that's right. He's not going to be there. So we'll be looking for Tim Meek and his bald head.
There you go.
That's who we'll be looking for. Tim Meek standing up saying, I believe in Dustin Hopkins.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh, shit. All right, fellas. I got to go.
You got to go. I got to go. Scott, you got to go. So we're all going to go.
All right. Until next week,
Until
gents. Thanks for your time.
I think this is our official playout music now, right? Ooh, yeah. Man, I just love the Rolling Stones. Later, all.
All right.